Tansay ni toti mak kapapama pimena ikasus quayonatisanas castle. I said, hello, all my relations. My Cree name is flying overhead in circles eagle woman. I come from my mother, Judy Taylor, who is from Fisher River Cree Nation, Treaty 5 territory. Also, my father, Leslie Adams, who is registered to Peguis First Nation, Treaty 1 territory, which is where I currently reside. And I'm very pleased to be here with all of you today. I first learned about woodland pottery back in 2000 when I took a course at the Manitoba Museum in the basement with fluorescent lights up above. It was conducted by Dr. Lee Sims and Catherine Flynn, and the knowledge that they shared was enlightening. I never knew that my Indigenous ancestors created vessel this far north, so it was really exciting to learn. Unfortunately, we use commercial clay, raku clay in particular, that uses crushed up pottery pieces as temper. And we fired our vessels in the kiln and we stayed inside the entire time. That caused a disconnect from understanding and learning. I couldn't see my Indigenous ancestors in the way that we were learning. Fast forward to 2014, and I met experimental archaeologist Grant Goltz. I went out to the land with him, and he showed me how he looks for clay with a certain amount of silt. That way he doesn't have to add temper because the silt acts as a temper. He also showed me how he built his vessels, and he also showed me how he fired the vessels, which, if you can ever experience it, it's pretty extraordinary. What he was teaching me was that the technology was quite extraordinary, especially in comparison to metal. So what he found was that it conducts and holds heat better than metal. It flavors food better, and it is extraordinarily strong. The pottery pieces that I found, the pottery sherds that were found along the waterways of Manitoba, they have a sparkle to it. Now, silt doesn't have a sparkle to it. So they were obviously using fire-cracked rock. The benefit of that is it won't explode in extreme heat. The fire-cracked rock can hold that heat, but it can handle that thermal shock. So when I cook with my vessels, when I put it into a fire, that fire will not cause this vessel to explode. That fire-cracked rock helps it to deal with that thermal shock. I prepare the vessel by putting the oil in it, and I cook with the vessel, and I don't get burn spots like I would with metal. With metal, you have to constantly stir. If you've ever gone camping before, you know what I'm talking about. You have to constantly stir. Whereas with these vessels, I can just put it into the fire, right into the fire, pour cold water into it, pour my wild rice, and start cooking right away. And if it gets too hot, I push embers away. If I need more heat, I'll add more embers to it. The shape of it allows for better cooking. And every time I cook with it, it flavors the food even more. And my favorite part is when the water is boiling, when I take it off of the heat, it will continue boiling for another 3 to 5 minutes. The thicker the vessel, the longer it will boil. So that tells me that it needs less fuel. So I just wanted to show that there's a lot of myths that my ancestors abandoned these vessels because they were inferior. But in reality, it's been my experience that these are actually a superior cooking method, and they're not weak as one would think. The more I cook with it, the better my food tastes and the stronger it gets. So thank you for listening.